Peace, wellness, everyone. Welcome to this edition of Workout. And this is the Monday's workout. This is the first week. You see behind me the workout that you're going to do. We're not going to get right into it. I'm just allowing you to see some of the things that you're going to be doing. What I want to drop on you first is a few tips and hacks in order to ensure that you're getting the most out of the workout, as well as understanding that exercise, wellness, and optimizing your human organism is tied to nutrition, to resistance training, and to fasting in a lot of cases. Some of you guys may not be equipped to fast, but if you're able to fast, that is a great way in order to help this body to lean out and lose the fat, maintain the muscle when you're doing your resistance training. One key component I want to follow up with you before we get into the exercise, because these things you need to know in order to get the most out of the exercise. You need to know that you want to use weight that we're doing 12 to 15 reps in general. In this sequence, we're doing what is called an up chain. The ideal is this: by the second round of whatever it is that you're doing, by the last rep of that second round, say the last rep of the second round in this case would be six. By the sixth rep, you want your muscle groups burning. You want that point where they're reaching fatigue and overload, where you eventually have to rest, as you see my client right here taking a brief rest. So we're going to get into this workout. You're working chest, you're working back, you're working chest, you're working the back. You have burpees intermixed within this equation, and you'll have some ab work. Now, if you can't do the burpees, you'll have a modification there that you can do. But I still want to make three things important. You must understand that nutrition is for the health of the human organism from within, meaning it is the key to your fat loss. It is the key to your hormonal health. It is the key to optimizing your body at the cellular level. Now, when it comes to resistance training is the key to reshaping your human organism, to building your muscle, to strengthening your body overall, and making you functional on throughout your years. And it is key to building bone and muscle if done correctly. So you definitely want to do that. And it also aids in metabolism, and it aids in other things that are a beneficial consequence of resistance training. Now, when it comes to fasting is a key component to allowing you and our bodies to actually start the process of detoxifying itself. It also has benefits when it comes to lowering insulin levels naturally, when it comes to raising HGH naturally, when it comes to releasing what is called BDNF into the brain, that helps the brain become stronger and more fluent. So again, this is what those things are primarily focused on: nutrition for fat loss, resistance training for building and shaping the body, cardiovascular exercise for the resistant, for the cardiovascular system, for the respiratory system, etc. And we'll get into this video in just a second, and then afterwards I'll give you a few more tips in order to get you on your way and get you moving in the right direction. We'll bring these videos 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So you'll have videos that you can follow along with, that you can actually start your workout regimen with. So with that being said, allow us to jump into this workout. So right here, what you'll see is the warm-up session. So what you want to do is to do these slow squats. You want to do 15 of these slow squats. And after you complete your 15th slow squat, you'll go into a high knee sprint where you just, if you can't sprint, you just move your knees up and down. You do 15 of those, and then you'll do what is called a heel kick, where you bring your heels to your glutes 15 times, all right? And after this warm up, because warm up is a key, you want to warm up, you have to warm up, because this will help you avoid injury, etc. So this is a basic warm up, and now we'll get you going into your workout. So what you'll have right here is 5 chest presses, all right? So your count will be 5. And then you'll move into 5 chest flies. I want you to see her technique. And then after the 5th chest fly, you'll move into what is called a chest buster for 5 times. So we had the chest press, the chest fly, and the chest buster. You'll repeat this. After the chest buster, you'll go back to the chest press, and you'll have 6. So you have 6 of each. 6 of the chest press, 6 of the chest fly, and 6 of the chest buster. All right. And after you complete that, you'll go back to the top, and you'll have 7 on your chest press, 7 on your chest fly, 7 on your chest buster. You're working these 3 exercises up to 8, okay? So you want to work this up to 8 before you move on into the next movement. So once you make it to 8, so you're probably going to want to watch this video one time through first, and then get yourself started with the actual workout. So once you make it through the 8th rep on this move right here, this chest buster move, then we'll move you into what is called a back fly movement. And this is the back fly movement. You see her technique. You want a slight bend in your knees. You want to lean forward slightly, even though you keep your chest up. Keep your abdominals tight, and you'll do 15 of these. All right. Then after this, you move into what is called a weighted burpee. If you cannot do this movement right here, if you could do it without the weight, then do so. Weight is preferred. If you can't do it with or without the weight, you'll just do 20 squats, all right? If you're doing the burpees, you're doing 15 of the burpees, okay? So again, if you can't do the burpee, you just do 15 squats. You want to do them weighted, all right? And after this movement, whether it's the burpee or the squat, then you'll move into what is called a ball pass. If you don't have a ball, you'll just raise and touch your toes and hands together in this sequence. If you have a ball, that is what you want to utilize. If you don't have a ball, then you just stretch yourself out, reach your toes and your hands at the top, okay? You'll do 15 of those. So you'll repeat this whole sequence 3 times if you want to do 3 sets. If you want to do only 1 set, then 1 set is sufficient enough to be your workout for the day. Meaning, as you complete that last ball pass that you were doing, you will be through. All right. So again, you have the warm up, then you have the chest press, you have the chest fly, you have the chest buster. Those start at 5 reps. You have 5, 5, 5. Then you will go back and go 6, 6, 6 on that same chest press, chest fly, chest buster until you do 8 of each. And once you complete 8, then you'll move into that back fly for 15, that burpee for 15, or you can substitute it with a squat for 15, and that ball pass 15. That's 1 complete round. You can call it a day if you're a beginner for that 1 complete round. If not, you'll complete that same sequence 3 times. or 20 minutes, whichever comes first. Meaning that you'll go right back to the top, you'll go back to the chest press, you'll go back to the chest fly, back to the chest buster, work that up to 8. Then you'll go with the back fly for 15, the burpee 15, or the weighted squat 15. And the last thing you'll do is that ball pass. Again, if you want to do 3 sets of 20 minutes, whichever comes first, then you'll start back at the top. If you want to complete only 1 set, if you're new to it, if you're fatigued, that is a good starting point, and you can stop right there. And the next time you come back around to this workout, you can advance it. So we'll finish out with this. That's the workout that you're gonna do. I'm gonna leave her on the screen for a little while. I'm gonna come up on the screen myself, Lahaya, and talk about what I want you to. Actually, I'm gonna leave that on the screen so you can get a view of what you're doing. All right. So we want you to master what it is that you're doing. So we'll leave her on the screen. Now, again, with the workout, you know exactly what you want to do. And I'll leave that in the description as well, what it is that you're doing. So you'll have a guide in the description where you can see what it is that you're doing. Another key component I want you guys to come to understand is this, that consistency is the key to success. Everyone starts out motivated, but motivation doesn't last. It is discipline and being committed to doing what it is that you know you need to do, and doing it regardless of feelings that allow you and I to be successful. And this is what you'll need to do when it comes to these workouts. Also, you must understand that working out alone is not enough. You want to start and tie in a more healthier nutritional blueprint that you're following as well. And I have all that in my wellness guide if you need assistance with that. But in general, we'll talk about nutrition as well. A basic thing that you want to understand is this. If you're fasting, you want to break your fast with either fats, healthy fats, avocados, hummus, things of that nature, walnuts, or high, clean, and lean protein. That's what you want to break the fast with. And then later on, you can start to add carbs if you are craving carbs or want some carbs. It's highly recommended that you limit the carbs in order to get the best results. And again, if you need more information, I have a complete wellness guide that will take you through the steps. All right. So like, subscribe, comment, and please share. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I'll produce these videos Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, we'll go over more health-related videos where we're talking about the difference, the impact of hormones, the impact of insulin, cortisol, thyroid, all these things on your ability to lose fat and your inability to lose fat. Also, we'll talk about the vitamins and minerals, how to maintain a healthy level on those. Also, I'll share with you the things that I recommend when it comes to supplementation on those days, on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And we'll go in a little bit deeper on different things that tie in everything that you're doing with your resistance training, that ties to nutrition, that ties to fasting, that ties the mindset in. So I'll give you tips, I'll give you tools to make your health journey successful. Again, discipline and consistency is the key, is the foundational key to long-term sustainable success. Motivation is great, but it wanes. It doesn't stay there. It's not going to be there every day. That's what discipline kicks in. That's when you do what you know you need to do, regardless of how you're feeling when it comes to being motivated or not. Now, if you're sick, of course. But I'm going to leave it there. Again, like, subscribe, comment, and any questions that you have, please ask. I'll see if I can answer them. Have a beautiful day. Also, if you are into politics, I have another channel where I do social commentary on politics. I'm unaffiliated, meaning I'm neither Dem or Rep, but I do a lot of commentary on that as well. So enjoy. That channel is Monte_Reed. This channel is Monte Reed's Fitness or Monte's Fitness. Okay. Have a beautiful day. Peace and blessings. Peace.